Hi guys, it's Carlos at the Carlos Method. Today we're going to be using the foam roller. It's a self-massage tool, great piece of kit to use pre-workout or post-workout. Now a lot of people, they're sat at work all day, they're tight in their hips, in their shoulders, they're hunched over computer desks. This is a great piece of kit to loosen up muscle tissue, loosen up knots and adhesions and get a bit of increase of range of motion. You then do some mobility work, some dynamic stretching and warming up generally, and then you'd hit your main workout. Post-workout, this is very effective at reducing muscle soreness, delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS as it's abbreviated to. So post-workout, whether it's an upper body session, you're foam rolling your lats and your chest, or it's a lower body session, hamstrings, calves, or even a full body session, foam rolling post-workout will help to reduce muscle soreness. On top of some stretching, will help to just lengthen and elongate that tissue after a hard lifting session. So I'm just going to hit the start button here. We're going to start with the right calf. Okay, so you want the foam roller above the Achilles tendon. Okay, you don't want to be pressing on the Achilles tendon. Get the foot over the top, support your weight here, and first off, you're just going to roll up and down the length of the calf. So I'm just going to use this just to search through the tissue first off. I'm going to come to the side, and that's it. Let's see where I'm particularly tight. Now I can feel. What you want to be doing yourselves is also rolling up and down, finding the tight areas. Now I'm tight on my lateral side, so the right side of my calf, on the outer side of my calf. And I'm just going to focus in on that area now. We've got 30 seconds left. Now I've done a minute per muscle group, just because we're doing a 10-minute session here with you guys, but you can obviously spend more time. Obviously, people are time poor these days, and they still want to get a workout. And sometimes you can spend half an hour or even longer on this, but obviously you need to get fitter, stronger as well in the gym. So you don't want to spend forever. If you do it daily, 10 minutes a day would be really good, and that can add up over the weeks if you're doing it as a daily mobility circuit. Okay, let's switch onto the right hamstring. So you want it underneath a hamstring here. Now I'm going right to the bony part of my hip, so where your glutes are, where you sit down to a chair, the bony part of your hip, your ischium it's called. And I'm going to roll up and down the hamstring again, and I'm just searching for areas that are tight. Once you've found a tight area, focus on that area. Small little rolls on that area. You can put a bit more pressure here with the other leg, and you can just hold statically into tight areas of the tissue. Again, I can feel it more laterally on my hamstring. So you need to find where you're tight. We're going to work on the adductors in a minute. That will catch the inside part of the hamstring as well. Yeah, I can feel that particular tightness there, outside part of the hamstring. I'm just going to focus in on it. So you can just press in and hold, or you could do small rolls into that area. You start with broad rolls initially. Keep your posture, so hold yourself upright. I'm just going to work in. I can really feel that loosening a little bit. You want to keep going until you feel that muscle release. Okay, right quadriceps. So I'm going to lie over it. So from the front of my hip, I'm just going to roll up and down, finding. You put this knee on the floor to support your weight. Keep your core engaged. You don't want to be arching your back or putting pressure on my low back. My back's fine here. And I'm just searching the quad. You might need to change position. I'm just going to look away from the camera. Just searching the quad where it's tight here. And I think, yeah, it's more down the middle actually. So I'm just going to get on that area. Yeah, just feel that quad. So once you've found the tender area of tissue, again, zone in on it. So start focusing on that band of tissue tension. Small movements around that area. And you're just not simply rolling and rolling. You need to keep small rolls and just pressure into it statically until you feel an actual release in that tissue. So the idea of this is to go a little bit laterally as well. Okay, right adductor. So I'm just going to come across here. So, inside part of the knee. Becky, come and check the camera for me, the angle on here. I'm just got my sister, she's behind the camera doing all the camera work. So you're just rolling on the inside of the leg. There's 5 adductors on the inside of the leg. Short adductors, long adductors. You've got 5 adductors. And if these muscles are tight, they can contribute to back pain. They can affect the mechanics of the hip when you're squatting, when you're lunging or deadlifting. So it's important to keep this area healthy. How's that angle looking back? Is it looking okay? So, adductors here, I'm just rolling, finding the area of tension. Towards the groin, I'm not too bad. It's more the middle actually. And down, yeah, it's more the middle belly of the muscle that's tight and restricted. So I'm just going to go around there. Yeah. Again, keep your core engaged to make sure you're not compromising your back. Just need to find a safe, comfortable position on this thing. Okay, right glute. So I almost fell off this when we were practicing earlier. Okay, so get the glute foot onto the knee, and you're just going to find that area of tension. You can come here. So where I feel tight is around about there, okay? So again, so just outer part, so you just, the glute, outside part of the hip, find your balance with your hands, and just roll into that area. Now the glutes are the strongest, most powerful muscle in the body, so they're going to get tight, they're going to get knotted, especially doing a lot of glute activation work. The irony is, if you've got tight hip, oh, I can really feel that there now. If you've got tight hip flexors, which commonly people have from work, I can really feel that. You've got to really get deep into the tissue. If you've got tight hip flexors, you're doing a lot of glute activation work with the bands, with glute bridges, with squeezing the tissue. The problem is the glutes are then going to get tight and overworked, so you then need to foam roll them out. Alright, so that's the right side. I'm going to go over to the left side now. So left calf, again, above the Achilles tendon, put the foot over the top and just roll up and down, keep in good posture. Just roll up and down, searching the tissue. On the inside, I think I know what I'm commonly bad. Yeah, laterally I'm always tight on that lateral. My lateral calf on my left is causing me problems. The whole left side of my leg causes me problems actually, and it affects my spine mechanics and my running. I'm constantly working on my hamstring and my calf, seeing trips to the physio to mobilise stuff. So just foam roll into the tight area that you can feel. You might want to just keep doing broad strokes, that's absolutely fine. It's all softening the tissue. If the massage therapist was doing it, it would be petrissage, kneading the tissue, Swedish massage techniques, but then you get in and focus in on the tissue with some deeper pressure, slower movements. You really try and pressure that tissue until it releases. Nice, okay. So underneath the hamstring, foot on top. We're just going to search the tissues to keep yourself in a good posture. Now, 1 minute, like I said, we're doing a 10-minute workout for you guys today. 1 minute is okay, but you might want to spend a bit more time, especially on troublesome areas. For me, my left calf is always a problem. I would like to spend 2 or 3 minutes on that area. So you need to find where you're tight. None of us are in symmetry, from the sports we play to the jobs we have. None of us are in perfect symmetry. So you need to just find your tight areas. Now, I'm tight particularly behind this left hamstring as well. I'm only telling you this just so you could start to work out your own tightnesses in your body. It's only when you actually foam roll yourself or you get a massage, you actually realise where you've got your problems. It's hard to bring your attention to it if you don't feel it as such. See, so once you're actually searching the tissue, you'll start to realise where those bands of tightnesses are. All right, so left quadricep. So lying over the foam roller. Again, I'm searching the tissue. Is that okay, back camera one? Okay, so protect your lower back. Going to foam roll up and down. And you just need to search the tissue. Take your time. Work slowly. Work deliberately. And like I've done earlier, I've done broad, longer strokes. Now we're going slightly deeper and slower. Just mix it up. There's no, the tissue will release when it releases. So you need to try various approaches to it. Whether it's here, just holding onto a tight area of tissue, or just rolling around on it. Just mixing it up. Broader strokes again then. You just need to release that tissue, whatever it takes. The static pressure is good though. You can really get in on a specific knot. Left adductor, okay. So inside the leg, keep your core tight. Again, we're rolling up and down, searching. I'm not so bad in my left adductor, it's more my right side. It's more, and it's, so this is, I'm just giving you this so you can start to work out your own body, the way you're restricted. For me, it's my left hamstring, my left calf, my right adductor. So to give you an example, if you map your body where the problems are, you need to start working on those areas. Now this is obviously, like I said, you could do this pre-workout, you could do this post-workout, both very effective. Pre-workout is just going to help loosen tissue, increase range of motion, reduce risk of injury. If you go into a workout really tight in your hamstrings and your calves, and for instance you do some squats and deadlifts, you're potentially compromising your lower back, your form is not going to be optimal, you open yourself up to possible injuries there. So that's not so bad there, that left adductor. So okay, it's actually the last minute guys, so I'm going to get on here. Okay, so again, support your weight on your hand. Just going to search where it's tight. Now this left glute, I've always had problems, and again I'm just telling you so you can work out your own stuff. My left glute has always been harder to activate. It's actually got less tone in it, it's actually a smaller glute a little bit. So that's because the left hip flexor was tight. And for a long time, I'm talking like a couple of years, it took me to get that glute to activate and fire up and really work better. So yeah, I've just been working lots of glute bridges and banded work and all the progressions for your hip hinging. See there I'm starting to get into it. You've got to really search on the glutes. You have a thick, like I said, strongest, most powerful muscle in your body is a thick, dense area of tissue. So you just need to roll around until you find that spot. Yeah, I'm kind of getting on it around there. And rest. Fantastic work, guys. So that was your 10-minute foam roller with me, Carlos, at the Carlos method. Great piece of kit. I try and use this thing daily if you can, because the problem is, you release the tissue and the tissue will tend to creep back and go back to its original state within sometimes a few hours, within a day or two. But obviously, if you're doing it on a daily basis, you're foam rolling. On top of that, you're doing lots of developmental, static stretching, dynamic stretching pre-workout. You're then going to help that tissue to lengthen, relax to a greater range. So I would use this daily if you can. I hope you found that useful and enjoyable. Feel free to follow us on Instagram as well, the Carlos Method North London. That's our current page. We are going to be changing it at some point in the future. And I'll see you guys on the next workout. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.